All right, what's going on, guys? Guys and girls, boys, girls. Don't know what I'm going with it, but yeah, so here we are. As you guys see, Cherry is up on jack stands. There's Brownie. How you doing, boy? Yeah, she is not too happy, although she looks very happy, as always. Yeah, a lot has happened, but this isn't all of it. Don't know if you guys can see in there, but yeah. So I was planning on going to the Tail of the Dragon. There's a crazy Honda meet. CRX Seth is gonna be there. Honda Street Garage is gonna be there. A bunch of awesome people are gonna be there, and sadly I'm not making it this year. Although I probably could have borrowed a car and gone out, but it wouldn't be me and my Honda. And as you guys see, I changed the channel name to Tom's Hondas, same as my Instagram, so make sure you guys go follow. You guys will be way more updated than the videos are. But yeah, if you guys don't know the Tail of the Dragon, pause the video, go watch a video on it and fucking check it out, because it's really sick. And yeah, but anyways, so I always knew, here I could show you guys, I always knew Cherry's head was bad. I stripped it all down for parts, but let's see here, where is it? Yeah, you can kind of see it here. There's a lot of pitting in the head, and right along here and here, not so much there, but there, oh yeah, there's some more pitting. Basically, I don't know if they were just running the head gasket. Like, the head gasket was bad when I acquired the car, but it could have been bad for who knows how long, and they couldn't, a mechanic shop couldn't even figure it out. Don't know how or why, but the car never shot out white smoke or any head gasket failure, you know, things, whatever you want to call it. It never showed any signs, I guess you could say. But yeah, this head was bad, very badly pitted and stuff, and we sprayed it down with the copper gasket stuff and all that, and it kind of filled up those gaps pretty well. But if I cleaned it all off, you would see all the pitting and stuff, which is pretty bad. Basically this is just all parts and shit now. Yeah, so that's the original head. So what did I do? I went to the junkyard, acquired another D15 B7 head. Although I should have known, the car, I pulled it off in the junkyard, had absolutely no coolant in it, and when I pulled the hose off, you literally seen a puff of dust come out, which looked fucking horrid. But I was like, whatever. If I had the head off, which it's ready to come off, as you guys can see, you would see it's fucking beautiful. But I may have a video, so if I do, I'll insert it. We did get the car running and going, but as you guys can see here, it is very, very wet. The other ports are somehow dry, but and then I messed up with the head gasket, or not head gasket, intake gasket a little bit. I never cleaned off the manifold, the intake manifold, so there was some gasket left, so there was a fat gap. And down over here you have a main coolant port there, and so she was not sitting flush and was not happy, but hopefully now it'll be happy. So yeah, you know, acquired another head, you know, the gasket kit, yada yada. But it turns out somewhere internally on the fourth cylinder, or I don't even know what it's called. I haven't even looked at the bottom of the head, so maybe it's very noticeable, but I don't know. Basically a head failure. I drained the oil out and stuff, and it wasn't milky, although If you guys see, if you could see, it looks a little milky, but it's so light that I'm pretty sure it's fine. And it only ran for a couple minutes, not even. But yeah, she was puking coolant all over. It was not good. So yeah, with that also being said, for how long I've owned the car, like 3 or 4 years now, I needed to do the heater core also, because the old heater core was plugged up with all this fix a head gasket shit. And yeah, so I ended up taking out the whole entire dash, which was horrific. I started with midnight, so it wasn't that bad, but oh my god, did I break some stuff. I don't even think you could see, but also I think someone's been behind the dash before. Kind of stuck right now, but basically this is your vent that sits over there. As you know, that whole piece is a one piece, but this was already like cracked and put together with wood glue there. So I'm actually gonna steal Midnight's I don't know, cluster garnish piece, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna steal that just so that this car is good and perfect. And then down over here by the glove box, a shard broke off, so I did buy some glue, like plastic adhesive glue, or I don't know, it's by JB Weld. So when it's time, the car here at this state, so yeah, it kind of sucked. Also, like, having stuff break and everything was pretty upsetting, as this car is like pretty fucking mint, except for the interior. It's kind of messed up over here and over there, and the seat is a little worn in, and then the speaker cover back there is cracked. But other than that, this thing is so mint. I did a junkyard run, obviously. Got stuff from Midnight and Cherry, and something cool that I acquired was I found this EX sedan. So if you guys don't know, this is a DX. So DX's base models, they don't come with RPM gauges, and luckily I found an automatic EX sedan. And you know, most Hondas are interchangeable. Maybe in another video, because I want to do Midnight's gauge cluster, so I could explain how to do that. But basically I have, without the glare, sorry, I have my original mileage and all that. I took all that whole system out and put it in, so mileage is the same. We hit 150, so that's pretty good. But now I've acquired an RPM gauge, and if I put in the video of the car running for a couple seconds, you can see it works, so that's good. There's an extra plug back there, and I was worried that I needed EX harness, but seems pretty good. And yeah, it's pretty sick. So also, sorry guys, I just realized I'm jumping around everywhere. It has a header on it, a little like 2-into-1 kind of combo, if you could see down there. A little 2-into-1 action, which is pretty dope. And then I also discovered that my tires were wearing horribly, and what that was my lower control arm bushings were shot. So I went ahead and got all brand new lower control arm. Well, it was easier just to get the whole control arm instead of pressing out bushings and stuff. Got a new lower control arm. There's a bushing that's up here in the rear. Got a brand new one of those. And yeah, you know, everything pieced back together. What I also did Well, so that should fix the tire alignment issue and the horrible tread pattern, as you guys can see there. Fix that. What I also did was I acquired, instead of coilovers, all these old heads basically tell me that coilovers aren't that good. I mean, they're good, but not for street daily use. I mean, you could also track with struts, but basically these are Tokiko struts with a 2-inch lowering spring. Basically I got the fronts in, although I realized I put this arm in wrong, but also with the whole front end kit I bought, it comes with inner and outer tie rod, and it came with an upper control arm, but the upper control arms they sent me were wrong, so I want to assume they're for a 96 to 2000. They weren't really helping me with that, so I'm back and forth right now, but yeah, I need to put in the new lower ball joints and stuff, so while I'm figuring this out, I just kind of put it back together. But yeah, the strut's backwards, so don't come at me for that. And then obviously I have rear struts, but discovered that you guys can't really see, but discovered that the rear bumper and shit, this car might have been rear-ended. I don't know, I never did a Carfax on it, so I don't know. But yeah, no bueno. Discovered a bit of damage, which I think I knew, but I forgot about it because I love this car, you know, it doesn't matter to me. But to see that sucks. And then also, if you guys could see down here, I got new lower control arms to go in as well, because I figured the bushings were going to be shot anyways. But you have this bolt right here, that is in the trailing arm, and then this bolt holds the strut in, and then that bolt is in the chassis. Basically, as you guys can see, I snapped the head off, and literally on both sides nothing wants to move or do anything. So basically without maybe a lot of drilling and I don't know, a whole can of worms, because also on this side of the car, the toe arm is the bolt, like I took it to get alignment and basically they by accident snapped the bolt. But I mean, as you guys could see, Cherry isn't the prettiest of cars, and I didn't really look on this side, but you got a rear pocket, and the rear pocket on that side is rotting out, causing like behind here to rot out into the trunk. So I found why I get moisture in the trunk. So this sucks. I don't really know what to do about it, but yeah, so as of now I can't get the rear struts in, which blows. So now I sit like raked and shit. Sucks. But yeah, so that happened. Got a new fuel filter in there. I didn't get the actual fuel sock in there yet, but we'll see what happens there, because sadly this car, the chassis itself is beautiful except for that rear. It's on both sides, it's messed up except for the rear, and you know, everything else is just kind of rusty. I mean, she has 150,000 miles, so I don't know what you expect. She's all there, all OEM, but you know, she's old for sure. But yeah, so back to the head situation. I ended up acquiring this deal, basically, which I'll go over in a little bit, but in the deal I basically got like a motor and a half. So shout out Mike again in this video. He sold me that engine, hooked me up with this stuff. So under the blankets here, if you guys know what you're looking at, this is a D16 Z6 head. So what the fuck does that mean? Basically, this is a Honda Civic EX VTEC motor. So right back here is where the solenoid goes, and yeah, so I need to clean her up still. I need to put her all back together, but through the parts bin I basically found the cam and all that, and she is going to be a mini-me. So if you guys don't know what a mini-me is a D15 B7 bottom end, or D15B I think is the JDM bottom end. Basically, you just take the bottom end, you slap a VTEC head on it, you end up getting more compression, more, I want to say you get more torque from the D15, but don't quote me on that. Hopefully this angle is good. But basically, from what I understand, more torque, more compression, more revs. So that's pretty sick. Failure and stuff, I'm planning on doing a mini-me swap, but with that came kind of a lot more work. So what I'm hearing and seeing is that people run like a Y8, or which is also a VTEC motor, or Y7 head gasket, because it is thicker, I guess, by 0.3 millimeters or something like that, which helps out with the compression ratio. What they also do is either get adjustable cam gear, or they get a Y8 or Y7 cam gear and use that, because I guess the Z6 head kind of like, you know, it sits lower basically, so you need to adjust it 4 degrees in order to get the correct valve clearance from the pistons. So as you guys know, I have a Y7 over there. I also have an adjustable cam, but I kind of want to save that. In the next video you guys will find out. I want to save those parts, so I think I might tear down that motor. I lost the on the crank pulley, I lost the little can't think of it, but the little notch thing that holds the crank in place. I lost that little piece, so I stole it from that motor already, so might as well just take the cam gear. But basically that, and then people are saying that you need a Z6 timing belt, but then I also see that basically 92 to 96 is basically the same belt. So I don't really know, but I did order a Z6 timing belt. What I also did was I ordered cool NGK. I got new plugs and NGK plugs and spark plugs, I meant to say. But basically, I guess when switching over to the Z6, you can't use the D15 distributor. So luckily with the parts hole, I do have another Z6 distributor, but the wires on them are kind of old. So what I also seen was that D15 plugs do not work on Z6. So what did I do? I ordered another set of NGK plugs. And yeah, basically those parts come together, they made up. You basically leave the Z6 cam gear on there, put it to, you know, correct timing, take the cam gear off, take the Y8, Y7 cam gear, put it on, and it will give you that offset, I guess. Or from what I watched, that's what they did. Or you put the Y8 cam in timing. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to double check. Then with the D15 block, right in the middle, it's very noticeable. You have a little plug at the top of the surface. Basically, it's right by one of the head stub bolts. Basically, you got to pull that plug out, and that will give you the correct oil pressure and collect oil flow to flow into the head, come up and around, come up in here, come up and into the girdle, and basically fill these up, which push down the big lobe and so forth. Makes, the VTEC engage. Other than that, everything else seems to work. Should plug up. Oh yeah, another thing is, I guess people say use the Z6 intake manifold as there is a slight difference. Basically the Z6 is bigger by a little bit, and you can see the difference. I could kind of show you guys. I have a couple different manifolds actually. I'm kind of back and forth. I hear for more peppier engine, you should run a Y8 intake manifold. So sorry guys. So here is what a Y8 looks like, I want to say, or this very well could be a Y7. I'm not too sure, but might be a Y7. But basically, it likes more revs, I guess. But basically, this might be a D15 one as well. Not too sure actually, but I guess we'll check this one too for the hell of it. Yeah. Alright, there you guys go. So you guys can see the difference here. As you see, these, that's the word runners. The runners are bigger, so I actually have another D15 manifold here. Here is a Z6. Here's a 15. So yeah, so this one I'm gonna assume is a Y7 also, because or maybe not, I don't know. The runners do look pretty big, not gonna lie. Yeah, the runners do look pretty big, not gonna lie. But yeah, there you guys go. So this is a good visual reference. So they say run this intake manifold, and it'll match the correct porting, and I guess it'll help be more responsive and also kind of help getting that air in there, I guess. Yeah, so I might do that. I don't know. As you guys can see, I have it right over there. I think a couple sensors are broken on that, so I gotta swap some stuff over. But yeah, basically that's the rundown. Also, as to why I didn't go to the Tail of the Dragon, so definitely I hope they're still doing it next year. If not next year, during the summer or something, we are going to the Tail of the Dragon. I'm tired of this sticker here being here, but the girl's never been there. And definitely this car is going to be moving around soon also. I also bought like upgraded brake setup for Cherry. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on her or not, but I got drilled and slotted rotors with carbon fiber ceramic pads, because the tail of the dragon you really want good brakes. If you guys seen the Hyundai on the tail of the dragon, we cooked my buddy Mason's brakes pretty bad, so that is definitely something you guys want to have. So with that all being said and me jumping around everywhere, I hope you guys got the gist of it. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. This video might be a year or so behind or something, so it's pretty good to go follow the Instagram, as I'm basically on that every day, reposting that Honda shit. So yeah guys, peace out.